to invite Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners Chair Audrey Edmondson to the podium.
Thank you for the introduction, Jackie, and good morning, everyone. So on behalf of Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners, I want to take this opportunity to give a very warm welcome to the NFL Foundation, the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and our wonderful Super Bowl host committee as we get ready to kick off Super Bowl 54 weekend in Miami. This will be the 11th time Miami will host the Super Bowl, which means that Miami-Dade County has hosted almost 1 in 5 Super Bowls since the game started back in the 60s. And we're tremendously proud of that fact. The Super Bowl brings more than just excitement and national attention and prestige to our county. It brings flocks of tourists and fans who boost our economy and support our local businesses and the workers they employ. And today, I am excited to be here with you all as we celebrate the opening of our new athletic field here at Gwen Cherry Park, thanks to the NFL Huddle for 100 initiative. I'd like to thank Mayor Jimenez and his staff, my colleagues on the Board of County Commissioners, the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, the Miami Super Bowl Host Committee, the NFL Foundation, Steve Ross and the Miami Dolphins, the Miami-Dade Parks and Recreation Department, the Parks Foundation of Miami-Dade, and the Boys and Girls Club of Miami Foundation for joining forces to provide this wonderful new sports field and park. We all know how essential parks are in creating healthy and vibrant communities. These new additions here at Gwen Cherry Park will provide an even better safe space for our children to play together, train, and stay active outdoors. Who knows, this new field may become the training ground for Miami's next NFL legend. Thank you to all of you here today for your efforts in making this possible for the residents in this community. And let's have a great Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I grew up in Little Havana. Grapeland Heights was the park I used to go to. I used to go there almost every day, and what a difference it made in my life. So I appreciate what is happening here today in Gwen Cherry Park. Now let's welcome the Honorable Miami-Dade County District 2 Commissioner, Gene Modestine, to the podium.
Thank you, Jackie. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Bonjour. What a great day it is in District 2 today, right? What a great day. First, I'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Bendros Mendengal, school board member representing District 2. Well, I'm so happy to be here to represent our community on behalf of District 2. I want to thank everyone involved in making this project come to life. Parks are the heart of every community, and Gwen Cherry has been an important touchstone for many residents here. This field will serve as a place where kids will learn lifelong skills, such as working as a team and building a strong character. Perhaps some of our young people will go on to become decorated athletes like the one sitting behind us here today. But most importantly, many who utilize this field will go on to become great citizens. I want to thank everyone involved in working this project to life. And as Super Bowl 54 will be played right here in Miami in a few short days, we are fortunate. I say we are fortunate that the NFL Foundation joined on our efforts to reinvest in Gwen Cherry Park. This brand new synthetic field will be an important upgrade to the sports program, which are already outstanding, by the way. Many champions are born and raised here at this park. For this, I want to give special thanks to the Gwen Cherry Park Foundation for having the vision of this synthetic field. It was H.D. Smith who brought this idea to me. And I, along with the Board of County Commissioners, found the funding to make it happen. And today, I want to say thank you to my colleagues for making this come to flourishing. Again, thank you to our great Parks Department, the Parks Foundation of Miami-Dade County. A special thank you to Mayor Jimenez and his staff, to his deputy mayor, this wonderful deputy mayor, Jennifer Moon. A big shout out to you. And again to the County Commission, to the Boys and Girls Club of Miami Foundation, the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Super Bowl host committee for giving our community this wonderful gift. Again, thank you for being here. It's a wonderful day in District 2, and we have reasons to celebrate today. Thank you.
It is a wonderful day for District 2. Congratulations, Commissioner. And it's also a great day for Gwen Cherry Park. So let's introduce H.D. Smith, Chairman of the Gwen Cherry Foundation, to say a few words as well.
Frederick Douglass taught us that it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Every day at Gwen Cherry Park, we are in the business of building strong children. And in return, it builds strong families and builds a stronger community. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank and recognize two Gwen Cherry Park Foundation board members who have for 23 years dedicated volunteer service to our mission of building strong children. Elaine Black, where are you, Elaine? And Jerry Sarver. Thank you, Jerry. In addition to building strong children, Mr. Goodell, we build champions here. The Gwen Cherry Park Bulls have won 6 Pop Warner Super Bowls. And I think that's the total number the Patriots have won. So we can't be doing too bad. At the moment, as we speak, there are 15 NFL players who come from this park and 7 in the Canadian Football League. A few of them are Tommy Streeter, who went to the West, Northwestern, Mark Walton, Anthony Gator, Antonio Brown, Kimbrough Tompkins, and our own T.Y. Hilton. A special shout out to T.Y. because he donates thousands and thousands of dollars every year to this park. T.Y., where are you? I know he's here. Yeah, there he is. And his father. All of those NFL players learned to play ball at Gwen Cherry Park as kids. It was here that they learned goal setting, teamwork, discipline, determination, hard work, and importantly, how to deal with losses and failures, because they will come, not just in football, but in life. It is altogether fitting and proper that today we dedicate this championship athletic field at a place where champions are built, Gwen Cherry Park. It is for me a plum-pleasing pleasure to see this new state-of-the-art athletic field here at this park. A synthetic athletic field has been my dream for Gwen Cherry Park for a decade. What a magnificent dream come true. And for that, the entire community is grateful. Grateful on behalf of the children and families. Grateful to you, Mayor Jimenez. Grateful to our committed parks director, Maria Nardi. Grateful to Alex Rodriguez-Roy and the Boys and Girls Club of Miami Foundation. Grateful for the NFL Foundation for, without the initial $1 million grant, Mr. Goodell, we would not even have the facility, let alone dedicate this wonderful park. So let's give them another round of applause. Grateful to my dear friend who behind the scenes helped us build this park and give it to the county, Rodney Barreto, the Super Bowl host committee chair for life. He's supposed to have. Hey, as long as you keep doing a good job, we're going to let you stay there for life. The Miami Dolphins, my dear friend Ned Moore, and the best commissioner a community could have, District 2 Commissioner Gene Montesquieu. Finally, with this new championship athletic field dedication, today, Gwen Cherry Park rocks.
Great message. It's all about the kids, and you're leading the kids in this community, so we thank you for that. And now, I'd like to introduce the Director of Miami-Dade County Parks, Maria Nardi.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone to one of the largest, most diverse, and extraordinary park systems in the country, Miami-Dade County Parks. Our mission, everyone, is to build healthy, prosperous communities and strong, resilient individuals through our programs, and they are award-winning programs that we are extremely proud of. We help shape the leaders of tomorrow. It starts with parks. And it's so appropriate that we're here at Gwen Cherry, where years ago, partners came together, including the NFL, to build us this extraordinary facility, the Yet Center. As a reminder, I believe parks will save the planet. We are the front line for keeping kids safe, active, and engaged, as well as the front line for conservation initiatives, building a more resilient community. So with that, I want to thank Mayor Carlos Jimenez and County Commissioners for your leadership and support of parks. Thank you, former Mayor Deputy Alina Hudak, for making parks a priority. Special thank you to NFL Commissioner Goodell. It's a pleasure to have you here, and thank you. Thank you to the Miami Dolphins, Mr. Ross, and the Gwen Cherry Foundation, the Gwen Cherry Foundation, the Miami-Dade County Parks Foundation, the Boys and Girls Club, our volunteers, our parks kids, and the school district. A big thank you also to my extraordinary Miami-Dade County Parks team who's made all of this happen, and a special shout out to the team who built with the construction teams this extraordinary field. Today's Legacy Field, everyone, is a big step forward in fulfilling our mission to make Miami-Dade County a healthier and more prosperous community for everyone to enjoy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Maria. Our next guest, as I mentioned before, my childhood friend, Rodney Barreto. I don't know how he's done it, but he always does such a wonderful job. 3-time chairman of the Miami Super Bowl committee, which I believe is an NFL record. So that earns you commissioner for life. Or chairman for life, I should say. Ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Barreto.
Thank you, Jackie. You know, listen, one of the great things about chairing the host committee is what we do in the legacy projects. And for those of you, in 1995, we had a Super Bowl here at the stadium, Hard Rock Stadium. And the NFL, through Commissioner Goodell, gave us $1 million. And back then, it was Chairman Hank Adorno and former Chairman Dean Colson. We got together and we created this thought of building the Yet Center here. So this is the first Yet Center in America to be up, built, and operating for the youth in an urban setting. And then what we did is we hired Dwight Stevenson, the all-pro center for the Miami Dolphins, who's a contractor. We brought him home to Roost, and he built this facility. He's actually built it in phases, right, HT?
Yes.
And so every time we get more money, we build this center. It gets built bigger and bigger. HT and Dwight Stevenson get together, and we built out this facility. But it gives me great pleasure. But this time, when we got the call that we're again getting $1 million to our community, we looked around and we said we're going to do it a little differently this year. So we came up with a formula that we divide the money between the different public entities that helped us. And the lion's share of that money went to Miami-Dade through Carlos Jimenez, and I met with Carlos Jimenez and Alina Hudak, who was mentioned, Vice Mayor. And again, Gwen Cherry was at the top of the list, but the mayor says, listen, we need to go down to Goulds down in South Dade, and we need to do something down there. So he built an artificial field down there. Mr. Mayor, thank you. That community needed a field more than anybody needed a field. And then we looked around, and of course you heard, yesterday we cut the ribbon on the Beach High field, which was a great collaboration between the city, Miami-Dade, school district, the superintendent, well, the school board, and the host committee. And we got that field up and running. And the last project, I got together with Mayor Suarez, who's here. Mayor Suarez, thank you. And the mayor looked and said, you know, what's really important to us is we've put so much into the waterfront. We want to put new lighting along the waterfront. And so we put LED lighting along the waterfront and Miami Bayfront Park and Maurice Spray Park. And then the county came in partial B and put the additional lighting. So we lit up the waterfront. But these are the projects that after the final whistle's blown, that are here for us as citizens to use and utilize and to experience, and they're just remarkable. So once again, I want to thank Steve Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, who quite frankly wrote the big check to bring us back into the Super Bowl game. Thank you, Steve. By the way, that check was originally $500 million, but that number keeps climbing up every time we count it up. But listen, without the generosity of Steve Ross, who, by the way, it's much, much, much more than a stadium. That has become an entertainment complex. We got tennis, we have all sorts of incredible concerts, football there, and all the things that the whole group is working on. And when I say group, I gotta tell you what, I look at Steve, I look at his right-hand guy, Tom Garfinkel, the vice chairman, president, and CEO of the Dolphins. Tom does a remarkable job. I mean, amazing what he's done. I don't know if anybody, the last time you've been to the stadium, but now we have what do you call it, monorail, guardrail, whatever Tom's put up there. I mean, it's just amazing every time we go to the stadium, the things that he is building at the stadium. And so, Tom, to you, my hat's off to you for all your efforts with the stadium. And last but not least, because he's here, our Commissioner Goodell. You know, Commissioner Goodell, it's amazing what you have accomplished as the commissioner. This is the #1 brand in the world, the NFL. And the NFL does a remarkable job. We, as a host committee, have enjoyed working with Peter O'Reilly, his team. You guys are very professional, amount of profession that goes beyond what they do and how they do it. We enjoy having the NFL here, and you're always welcome back to Miami. Thank you, Commissioner Goodell.
Thank you. As Rafi mentioned, it takes money, a check, so we thank you, Steve Ross. But not only for that, we thank you for the impact that you have made in this community of South Florida. Every single day, as far as I can remember, it was 1972. I think it was the perfect season for the Miami Dolphins. I was a baby. But I remember I used to go to the games. I've been a Dolphins fan that long, my whole life. And when Stephen Ross purchased the Miami Dolphins, it was a really good day for this community. So we thank you for being a part of our community. And now, speaking of the Dolphins, I'd like to introduce President and CEO of the Miami Dolphins, another person who's really become a staple in this community and is making a difference, Tom Garfinkel.
Thank you. You know, Rodney, it was originally 350, so now up to 700, thanks to Steve. You know, I love the game of football, and today's a great day because I see these young faces out here, and I know that with this new field, they're going to get a chance to come out here and play football. Football, I often tell people, has as much to do with who I am today as anything really besides my mom and dad. It teaches teamwork, accountability, work ethic, character development, competitiveness, all the things you learn playing the game of football. Not everybody's as talented as going to go on and play in the NFL. But there's a lot of high school football players and youth football players that go on to be policemen and teachers and leaders in the community and CEOs and a number of other things. So this is about the game of football, and we couldn't be luckier to have a commissioner of the NFL who has grown the game of football, but who understands the positive impact that football makes on people's lives. And we call this a legacy project. This is a legacy project for Rodney Barreto, who's a leader in this community and brings people together for projects like this, and is bringing the Super Bowl here so that we can have a project like this to grow the sport and to help these young faces. And HT, you couldn't have said it better than to that Frederick Douglass quote was perfect. Because what football does is grow young people. And so to do that, to have Roger, this is a legacy project for Rodney, this is a legacy project, Mayor Jimenez, for you. Thank you for everything you've done to help make this possible. And then there's someone that, you know, has been talked about a lot up here, but I need to talk about from a personal level, because it's not just putting $700 million into a stadium and bringing a Super Bowl here. This is a person who sets an example every day for wanting to change the world, and Steve Ross. And Steve, you know, I can't tell you how thankful and grateful I am that I had the opportunity to come here and work with you, because you are an inspiration every day to me in terms of, you know, from a business standpoint, but more so, I wish everybody in here could know Steve Ross the way I know Steve Ross, and could know his heart the way I know your heart. Because Steve Ross cares about people, he cares about doing things the right way, he cares about doing great things for this community. And what we've done with the stadium, thanks to Steve, that is now a global entertainment destination. When you go around this entire region now, the Super Bowl is impacting people's lives throughout Miami-Dade County, everywhere you go throughout this region. I'm blown away by it. When I go, everywhere I go, I can't believe the number of people, the amount of investment, the things that are happening in this community because of the NFL and Roger, and what this game means to this country now, and what it means to this area because we're able to have it here. And so, you know, I think we should all keep that in mind as we move forward with, you know, this stadium brings in events like this because of Steve's commitment that changes people's lives in these community, impacts people's lives. And I think that's the legacy that everybody up here, I won't mention everybody's name, but should be very proud of. And without the teamwork of everybody up here, it's just not possible. So I'm just proud to be a part of it. And I encourage all these young people here to play the game of football. And if you're like me and you're not going to go on and be as good as the great Nat Moore, who's here, who, by the way, I need to mention because our Community Service Award is named after Nat. Nat has been doing more for this community for decades now than I think any player you could ever imagine could do. And so he sets the example for all of us too. So I want to thank everybody for having us here. Remember that football is about impacting people's lives. It's about winning games and about winning Super Bowls and getting there. And I mentioned the other day, this is going to be an amazing Super Bowl. We got a great matchup. We're going to have great weather, it looks like, on Sunday. And the only Super Bowl that's going to be better is the next one the Miami Dolphins are playing.
Was that a commitment by the commissioner on that? Anyway, as Tom was mentioning, by the way, we love Nat Moore. Nat, thank you for everything you do. So in just 3 days, the big game is going to be played here in South Florida. We're so excited. You talk about the tangibles that a game like that brings to this community. Obviously, the eyes of the world will be on Miami, will be on Super Bowl 54. And all of the impact it's going to make in this community, from financial on down. But it's the intangibles that are really going to make a lasting impression and legacy in this community, like this park and what this foundation has done for this park. We thank you so much for what you did and for the impact it's going to make on the future lives of the kids that will be playing on this field. So without further ado, last but certainly not least, the NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell.
Thank you. It is a thrill to be here today in the park, and of course, Twin Cherry Park, but also to be here in Miami to celebrate Super Bowl 54, which follows a very important year for us, our 100th anniversary. This is the right place for us to celebrate that. And it's been mentioned before, but hosting 11 Super Bowls, which you will do on Sunday, has never been done before in the National Football League. And as part of playing the game, our big issue for us is we want you to remember us when we're gone. And we want you to have a legacy from the Super Bowl that will remind you the importance of community, the importance of the young people in our community. And that's what this project represents in our Legacy Park program, to try to give back to the community that did such a wonderful job of hosting the Super Bowl. So I thank you. I thank the people behind me. I don't think I've ever been in presence of so many commissioners and mayors in my entire life. But I thank every one of them. I'm not going to do it individually for a good reason. But I thank them because without their leadership, we would not be here. And so we're grateful for their leadership in really putting their community first. And so I thank them. I thank Steve Ross for his leadership. We wouldn't be here without him. We wouldn't be here without creating this wonderful stadium that I think is going to be such a wonderful stage for us on Sunday. And of course, I want to say a big shout out to our players who are extraordinary, not just on the field, but they're extraordinary in the communities. And they make a difference. TY, for what you do coming back here, and for all the Dolphin players, we're so proud of you, and we have a couple other players over here who are actually Chiefs players, but I'm not going to raise that right back here. T-Rich and Donnie. But thank you guys for all that you do in our community. I have two quick things that I need to do, which is when we started the 100th anniversary, we wanted to celebrate our history, of course, but we also want to celebrate giving back into our communities. So we asked everybody in the NFL family to give 100 minutes back into their community. Events like today are indicative of that. We're going to go over and volunteer shortly after this event. We set a goal of 100 million minutes across our entire family. And I'm happy to announce that I believe it was just in the last few days, we exceeded 300 million minutes. And to that extent, because I know we have great leaders, I'd like to ask the Aristide brothers to please come up here and join me. It's okay, you're not in trouble. As was mentioned before, and I haven't met either one of these, William and Wallace, right? You're William and Wallace. We've heard an awful lot about people in the community that make a difference. And these two gentlemen who mentioned before both won the state championship this year. Which is remarkable. But more importantly, what we hear so much is how you give back to the kids in this community. And Tom mentioned it. We believe that football is one of those life lessons that stays with you forever. And I know both of you have been a big part in changing the lives and affecting the lives of so many young people. So we want to offer you 2 tickets to the Super Bowl.
That was awesome. Hey guys, guess what? You're going to the Super Bowl! Wow, what a nice surprise. Some housekeeping here. If you've registered for the Huddle volunteering event, or if you want to, please make your way into the gymnasium. We invite you to participate in this wonderful event. And that concludes our press conference for this morning. Thank you so much for coming out. Go Super Bowl 54 and go Miami!
How can I go see the field or not?
No, you gotta go now.
Gotcha. Let's go. We have that was unexpected. We have Gwen Cherry Park, new field. Two tickets to the Super Bowl. I didn't see that coming. For the Aristide brothers. One's at Booker T, one's the principal of Miami Northwestern. That was awesome. But here's Gwen Cherry, new field, new park. First look on Footballville. Commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. So we're gonna get out of here. Footballville, man. Gwen Cherry Park Legacy Project.